Alright, guitar talk time. I want to talk about note groupings all of a sudden. So specifically odd note groupings and how it sums up to complete one measure of 4/4 time signature and playing the note groupings as 16th notes. So why odd groupings? Because if we're gonna play 16 notes, that's 4 notes per beat. A note grouping of 4 can complete one measure if you play it 4 times. So for example, what I mean, let's say we have a beat here that sounds like this. If we play a 4 note grouping, let's say this note grouping. All right, before I play it. So note grouping is just a group of notes wherein it has a set number of notes and you repeat. So for example, a 4 note grouping, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, or any combination, any note grouping. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So any note grouping that you can think of, you can be creative. But let's stick to this basic pentatonic shape. So if we play that as 16 notes and play it 4 times, it completes one measure. So one measure is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and you play that note grouping 16 notes. You play it 4 times, you complete the one measure. 2, 3, go. Oops, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can hear, it's very common. So that's why we play odd note groupings, to have a different feel. Because if you play 4 notes or a grouping of 4, a note grouping of 4, the pulse is always on the quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you choose an odd note grouping like 3, for example, the accent will be displaced. So for example, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say I'm just going to clap my hands. So let's say this is the quarter note. If you have a note grouping of 3, it will 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you can tell, if we play a 3 note grouping, which is odd, an odd note grouping, as 16 notes, we can play it to complete one measure. We can play 4 groups of 3, which will sum up to 12, and will leave us with an additional 4 notes, or a remainder of 4 notes. So for example, so we can play 4 groups of 3 like this. Then the last will be 4 notes. So let's try that with a beat. 3 note grouping. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like 3, 3, 3, 3, then 4 to complete the 16 notes in one measure. So as you can tell, it's like just arithmetic. You just add the number of notes. So you can be creative with this and group the notes any way you like. You can even look at it as like 6, 6, 4, or 5 groups of 3, which will sum up to 15, and you can play one additional note. Or you can even play the last note as a rest, but we'll talk about rests in a different video. So let's see, we can even do another combination. Like, let's say we can use an arpeggio, like. So the last set of notes, or the last number of notes, will be 4, because if we play 4 groups of 3, it will add up to 12. So play the groups of 3 4 times. And why is this important? We can use this concept in our riff making. So let's say we're into heavy metal music and we're trying to make a riff. We can do or something like that. That's one application. Another application is in your soloing. Maybe you wanna create a line wherein you go, and so that's 4 groups of 3 and 1 group of 4, which will add up to 16. So obviously basic examples, you can get creative with this, like I said. So that's how you can use odd note groupings, and that's just the note grouping 3 as an example.